once again to comment on these issues that deal with the Maasai Nation. Mr. Speaker, sir, the issue of municipalities in Narok County, particularly right now, Mr. Speaker, sir, 2 weeks ago, there was a demonstration. Today, as we stand here, the residents of Narok County have gone to court to bar or to try and seek redress because of the intention of the county government of Narok to declare a municipality. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, these are issues that we must be able to tackle in this House. Senator Orengo spoke about the Urban Areas and Cities Act. But I'm concerned about this act, Mr. Speaker, sir, because there is, when you look at Section 9, subsection 4, it says, notwithstanding the provision of subsection 1, which is what Senator Orengo had discussed, the county governor shall confer the status of a special municipality to the headquarters of the county, even where it does not meet the threshold specified under subsection 3A. Mr. Speaker, sir, I think this House can be able to save this nation. The reason why these governors are trying to confer the status of municipality to their urban areas, to their centers, is because they want to be able to access this money from the Kenya Urban Support Program. It is not because they want to bring services closer to the people. Mr. Speaker, sir, these counties, first of all, I sit in Seapike. And Mr. Speaker, sir, some of the challenges we are facing, we are trying to deal with, some of the audit queries have got to do with the amount of money that these counties are raising. They are always over-budgeting, overestimating their local revenues, and they do not have the capacity to raise that money. Mr. Speaker, sir, these are facts. Our counties are not able to raise the money to be able to sustain themselves as required by this act. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other issue of concern is this issue of public participation. It is not as easy as public participation. Section 8 of this act is very clear on how this process should be carried out. And this is why I think we can be able to stop this thing. An ad hoc committee must be set up to consider whether it should recommend to the Assembly for this municipality to be declared. The composition of this ad hoc committee must include an architect, somebody from the Architectural Society of Kenya. It must include someone from the Law Society of Kenya. It must include somebody from ISPAC. It must also include the business community. It must also include the Kenya Institute of Planners. Mr. Speaker, sir, it will be imperative for this House to be informed by the committee, which I hope will expedite its finding, to find out whether there was any ad hoc committee set up to be able to carry out this public participation, come up with a report and say, Maralal, which based on the last census, I think only had about, 30,000 people? And yet the act is very clear. It's supposed to have about 250,000 people for you to be conferred as a municipality. Mr. Speaker, sir, I concur with my colleague, Senator Mutula Kilonzo, when he said that this is something that we must be able to expedite and find a way to stop this. Today in Narok, they are in court because of the same problem. Maralal or Samburu, they were able to circumvent the rule of law, and they went ahead, and they now confer. The governor said it's going to be a municipality. Why are we doing this thing, Mr. Speaker, sir? Because of these conditional grants? If we cannot be able to even provide local services to the people, it is just about this money that this is just another huge channel of corruption, Mr. Speaker, sir, which we must be able to stop this. Mr. Speaker, sir, apart from the markets, you must also be able to show that you have a plan. Not that you'll come up with a plan you must show that you have a plan on how you're going to be able to deliver services to the people. Mr. Speaker, sir, this integrated plan, which is in according to the Act, must be able to show that you can be able to raise the local revenue, support yourself. Not this issue where you are just depending on the national government to be able to send money down to the county level. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I support this petition, and I hope that you will consider what Senator Mutula Kilonzo has said to find a way to be able to move this. And as we do so, Mr. Speaker, sir, I hope that we can be able to amend this act. Because this act, the governor will just go around it, and he can be able to stand and say, look, the act gives me the powers. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, I support.